Behind the glimmering facade of Monaco's royal family, secrets simmer beneath the surface. In a jaw-dropping revelation, Prince Albert's ex has stepped into the spotlight, breaking her silence on Princess Charlene. From whispered scandals to hidden truths, her shocking claims are setting the royal world ablaze. What could she possibly reveal about the enigmatic princess? Prepare to uncover the untold story that's leaving everyone asking, what's really happening behind palace doors? Albert's early relationships. Prince Albert wasn't just the Prince of Monaco. For decades, he was also one of the world's most attractive single men. He was handsome, polite, and the next Grimaldi, so everyone noticed him everywhere he went. He seemed to be attractive to women all over the world, and the media couldn't get enough of him. Brooke Shields, the famous American actress and model who became famous after her part in Blue Lagoon, was one of his first relationships that got a lot of attention. Even though their relationship didn't last long, it made people talk. Brooke, who was known for being likable, seemed like the right match for the handsome prince. Naturally, the media turned the story into a romance straight out of a fairy tale, but it didn't last long. The press said Albert then moved on to Claudia Schiffer. There were rumors that the German beauty and the prince were dating all the time in the 1990s, when she was at the top of her game. Even though neither of them admitted the relationship, the idea of the beautiful Claudia and the handsome royal from Monaco being together was enough to keep the rumors going. Albert did date other people, though, not just famous people. Not all of the women he met were famous, but they were still interesting. A lot of them came from noble or high-class families, which made them great for royal life. Nicole Coste, a former flight attendant who later made news as the mother of Albert's son Alexandra, was one of them. Nicole and Albert were together for a long time, not just a short time. They were close for a long time, and when she told everyone about their son in 2005, it sent shockwaves through Monaco and beyond. When the news came out, Albert was just starting to take on his new role as Monaco's sovereign prince. This made his early rule more complicated on a personal level. Having Alexandra around also led to reports about how Albert's past relationships might affect his future, especially since he was said to be engaged to Charlene. Nicole wasn't the only woman with ties to Albert who caused trouble, though. There have been many women over the years who said they were close to the prince and added their story to the story of his love life. Some said he was a charming and caring partner, while others said he seemed to have a more difficult side. Let us jump ahead to 2011. Albert got married to Princess Charlene. Gleams about the prince's past quickly cast a shadow over what should have been a happy wedding. Charlene was adding to a royal family that was known for drama and mystery. She was a former Olympic swimmer from South Africa. From the start, people kept comparing her to Albert's ex-girlfriends, which is something that no new bride should have to deal with. As Albert's wedding day got closer, the news couldn't help but talk about his past relationships again. From Brooke Shields to Nicole Coste, stories about his ex-girlfriends came up again. The stories weren't just empty chatter. They affected how people thought about Charlene and Albert's relationship. She seemed like a good choice for Albert. Could she compare to his beautiful ex-wives? People thought a lot about these kinds of questions, even though they were wrong. And then there were the problems that were more personal. Nicole Coste's ongoing relationship with Albert as the mother of his child made a unique dynamic in the royal family. Even though Albert has made it clear that he loves all of his children, Nicole's arrival in his life made things more difficult in his marriage. Over the years, there have been rumors of trouble between Charlene and Nicole, which shows how hard it can be to combine a royal family with roots in the past. This story has a new twist thanks to the ex-girlfriend who recently came forward. People are wondering what's really going on in Albert and Charlene's marriage because of what she said about their relationship. She says Albert's past isn't gone for good, as some people might think. Her admissions suggest that feelings and connections that haven't been fully dealt with may still affect how they are together. The past of Charlene's husband has also affected how people see her. Some people see her as a victim of her situation, a woman caught up in the fast-paced life of the royal family. Others, though, doubt her ability to handle the challenges of her job and unfairly compare her to Albert's ex-partners. Still, Charlene has shown amazing strength through it all. She has continued to do her job as a princess, standing by Albert's side at formal events and supporting causes close to her heart, despite the rumors and the attention. Even though she faced problems along the way, her journey shows how strong and determined she is. Albert, on the other hand, has always looked out for Charlene, protecting her against rumors and showing his love for their marriage. His past relationships still affect how people see him and his job as Prince of Monaco. Prince Albert's love life isn't just a list of names. It's a patchwork of events that have made him the person he is today. He is a better person because of all the relationships he has had, from short-lived flings to long-lasting friendships. His past may sometimes put a shadow over his marriage, but it also shows how complicated royal life can be. It's not easy for Charlene to deal with this heritage, but her strength and drive have shown that she can handle things on her own, even though she is constantly being watched. Even though more information is coming out, one thing is for sure. Albert and Charlene's love story is far from over. Princess Charlene's struggles in the spotlight. The world was amazed when Charlene Wittstock married into Monaco's royal family. They thought a modern fairy tale was happening. Even though she wears tiaras and is a princess, Princess Charlene's story is one of strength, bravery, and persistence. Her issues have gotten a lot of attention around the world, showing the huge problems she's had to deal with, from her amazing journey as an Olympic swimmer to the constant stress of royal life. Charlene Lynette Wittstock didn't grow up in the fancy world of royalty. She was born in Zimbabwe and grew up in South Africa. Her life was all about being disciplined and determined. She did great in the pool as an Olympic swimmer and won awards and praise for her skill and hard work. Because she had to train hard to compete at the top level, her days were planned out. Living that life gave you a sense of meaning and accomplishment. In 2000, her life changed in a way that no schooling could have made her ready for. In Monaco, she met Prince Albert II, who is the king of one of the world's tiniest but most famous principalities. They met at a swimming competition. Over the years, their relationship grew slowly, and in 2010 they announced they were getting married. For many, becoming a princess sounds like a dream. But for Charlene, it was the start of a whole new set of problems. All of a sudden, she found herself in a world of royal rules, close attention from the media, and high demands. Instead of swimming laps in a pool, she had to make public appearances, attend state events, and always look her best for everyone. In 2011, she married Prince Albert. It was a royal event, but it wasn't without scandal. There were rumors that Charlene had doubts before the wedding, and some said she had even thought about leaving Monaco. Photos of her crying at the event led to rumors about how happy she was, which took away from what should have been a party of love and unity. Giving up the freedom and ease of life she had known meant becoming a princess. She had to quickly learn French, get used to royal protocol, and deal with the demands that came with being married to a sovereign prince. Even though Charlene was happy with her new job, it was clear that she was going through some growing pains. When Charlene became a queen, she immediately caught the attention of the media. She was followed around by tabloids and gossip pages, which often focused on how she looked and behaved at public events. People thought she was unhappy if she smiled too little. If she looked tired, rumors of trouble in the marriage followed. Charlene's reported problems fitting in with the royal family have been talked about a lot in the news. For years, rumors have been going around that she has a cold relationship with Princesses Caroline and Stephanie, who are Prince Albert's sisters. However, the palace has always denied that there is any tension. Even though officials have said nothing, reports of tense relationships have stuck around, fueled by speculation and the desire for attention. Charlene's reported discomfort with Prince Albert's past relationships is one of the stories that keeps coming up. Before they got married, Albert was known as a playboy prince, because he had a lot of high-profile relationships. There has also been talk about his 2 children from past relationships whom he talked about in public before he married Charlene. Adding to this is the fact that one of Albert's children is with his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Coste. Nicole has been in the news a lot over the years for saying things that some people take to be subtle jabs at Charlene. Nicole once said in public that Charlene had changed her son's room at the palace, which caused a huge stir in the media. Such stories, whether they are true or not, have added to the idea that Charlene and Albert's past is tense. Charlene has been hurt by the constant attention. Tabloids have been full of stories about how she wants to escape Monaco or feels trapped. Many of these claims are not true, but they show how much pressure Charlene is under as a royal figure who is always being watched by the public. These past few years, Charlene's health problems have made her royal job even more difficult. She went to her home country of South Africa in 2021 for what was first called a short trip. A serious ENT, ear, nose, and throat infection, however, turned what was supposed to be a short visit into a months-long stay. The fact that she hadn't been in Monaco for a long time quickly led to rumors. Was her absence only due to health issues? Or did it mean there were bigger problems in her marriage or with her job in the royal family? The media quickly came up with ideas about everything from marital problems to emotional exhaustion. When Charlene finally got back to Monaco, her looks caused more worries. She looked smaller, and many people noticed that she seemed sad when she was in public. The palace said in comments that she needed to keep resting and getting better, but the rumors stuck around. Her health problems didn't just affect her personally, they also made it harder for her to do her royal tasks. Some people started to wonder if Charlene was still up to the task of being the principality's first lady because she missed a number of important events, such as Monaco's National Day celebrations. Some people were quick to question her future in the royal family, but others rallied around her and praised her for being brave and putting her health first. There were times when Charlene talked about how her illness affected her both physically and emotionally. She said she felt fragile and admitted that being away from her family for so long had been hard. Even with these problems, she has said that she is committed to her job and thankful for the help she has gotten from Albert and their twin daughters, Jacques and Gabriella. Introduction to Prince Albert's ex. Nicole Coste isn't just any ex. She's a former Air France flight attendant who had a romantic relationship with Prince Albert in the late 1990s. Their relationship became a significant part of Albert's past, especially after Nicole gave birth to their son Alexander in 2003. Though Alexander is not in line for the throne, Albert publicly acknowledged him, which is no small gesture in royal circles. Nicole has often been described as elegant and poised, qualities that have kept her in the public eye even after her relationship with Albert ended. Over the years, she's given occasional interviews, balancing between sharing glimpses of her life and protecting her privacy. Her connection to Monaco's royal family has ensured that she remains a figure of intrigue. But why speak out now? Nicole's timing has raised eyebrows. Some suggest that her decision is tied to lingering tensions, while others believe she felt compelled to address what she sees as misunderstandings. According to Nicole, her motivations stem from a desire to set the record straight about her own experiences and her son's place in the family. What Nicole had to say. Princess Charlene's treatment of Alexander was one of the most shocking things she said. Nicole claimed that Charlene had changed Alexander's living arrangements in the palace, effectively relegating him to the edges. Nicole thought this was a planned move and thought Charlene might not have been happy with Albert's past and the fact that his kids from previous relationships were there. Nicole also talked about how she feels about the tension she sees between Charlene and Albert. She said that the couple's relationship has been strained by unresolved problems, such as Albert's past and Charlene's getting used to being a princess. Nicole gave the impression that these problems aren't just between the two of them, but also caused by the constant attention they get. What Nicole said might have been the most shocking thing she said was that Albert's actions, or lack of actions, might have made Charlene unhappy. Even though she didn't say more, what she said could be interpreted in different ways, which led to more rumors about what was going on behind the palace walls. People have different feelings about Nicole's choice to speak out. On one side are people who feel sorry for her and see her as a mother standing up for her son. On the other hand, some people say she's stirring things up for personal reasons. Always, social media turned into a place where people fought over their thoughts. Nicole's supporters praised her bravery and said that her point of view shows how hard it is to deal with royal relationships. Critics, on the other hand, asked why she said what she did and pointed out that what she said could cause Albert and Charlene extra stress. It was expected that the media would react strongly. Tabloids picked apart every word Nicole said in interviews and made guesses about what it meant for the royal family. It was called everything from Nicole Coste unveils royal secrets to the truth behind Monaco's royal drama. A number of royal experts weighed in, with some supporting Nicole and others backing up Charlene. The palace's silence made things even more mysterious. Neither Albert nor Charlene have said anything about Nicole's claims. The lack of reaction has only led to more rumors, and some people see it as an attempt to keep things from getting worse. Some people think it might show what Nicole really said. In the middle of the trouble, Charlene's friends have come together to support her. They say that the fact that she has had well-known health problems and has had to deal with the stresses of royal life shows how strong she is. Many people say that Nicole's words, whether they are true or not, make things harder for Charlene. Charlene's supporters also talk about how dedicated she is to her tasks and how hard she works to find her own identity as a princess. They say that getting used to royal life isn't easy, especially for someone who used to be an athlete and is now living a life that is always being watched. A lot of attention has been paid to how Nicole's words affected Albert and Charlene, but some people have also asked that Nicole be treated with kindness. Nicole has a unique view of how the royal family works because she is the mother of one of Albert's children. People who back her say that her words show that she is genuinely worried about her son's place in the family. Nicole's supporters also say that her choice to speak out may not have been as self-serving as some people think. Some people say that her words show how hard it is to mix families and how hard it is to be a part of a royal story without being a royal. Nicole's comments have led to more general conversations about the stresses of royal life and how personal memories can affect relationships in public. While Albert's past isn't unique for a king, it has changed how people see his marriage to Charlene. The things Nicole said have made everyone remember that the past is never really gone, even in the world of royalty. Charlene says that the debate makes it clear how hard it is for her to find her own identity while being watched all the time. For Nicole, it's a reflection of how her relationship with Albert has changed her life. For Albert, it's another part of a life that's been complicated by the fact that he's a prince and has a past. As new revelations unfold, the mystery surrounding Princess Charlene deepens. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the latest royal news.